you so much for taking some time out of your day to learn a little bit more about this fantastic new cash prize that we're able to offer in the 2021 Minnesota Cup competition, thanks to the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. It is focused on green and sustainable chemistry. And we are here today to share a little bit more information about Minnesota Cup, but mostly share more information about the prize itself and some of the sort of issues and experiences of entrepreneurs within the green and sustainable chemistry space. My name is Jessica Berg. I am the director of the Minnesota Cup. We are a program of the Home Center for Entrepreneurship at the Carlson School of Management. So we are based at the U, but our competition is open to anyone who is innovating or building a startup or even just has an idea for a company or technology within the state of Minnesota. So despite the fact that we're at the U, you do not have to be an alumni or a student or affiliated with the U in any way. We are really here for all early stage entrepreneurs across the state of Minnesota. We offer an annual competition, and that's what this prize will be part of, or will be sort of an incentive or a reward for people who go through that competition process. But we are really here to be supportive and a resource for early stage entrepreneurs. You'll get to hear a little bit more from Tess Fennelly, who is an alumni of our competition, and she can share more of her direct experiences. But our goal is to help strengthen the opportunities, funding, networks, and education available to Minnesota entrepreneurs so that we can make this a more founder-friendly state and hopefully build up some of the best and biggest new Minnesota companies and really change our economy and change the world. So it's we have lofty goals, but we do it with the support of a tremendous number of volunteers. We have 9 different divisions that any founder across Minnesota can compete within. Most of this conversation will be centered around our energy, clean tech, and water division, which is one of the 9 just because of the nature of this prize, and that it's more likely than not that someone who's applying to that division or somebody interested in this prize would be applying in that division. But we do have 9 different ones. So you can really be doing anything as long as you're early stage and based within Minnesota and take advantage of our competition and process. So throughout this conversation, I am going to be here sort of in the background, here to answer questions, anything that you might be wondering about the practical logistics of applying. I'll be sharing some links in the chat to share our website with you, share some ways that you can access other resources and support while you apply. But the lion's share of this session today is going to be presented by the lovely and generous folks who are sponsoring this prize and supportive of green chemistry and sustainable chemistry in the state of Minnesota. So I'm going to pause there, and I'm absolutely here to answer additional questions for those of you who are here live. But for now, I will turn it over to Al Innes from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency.
My name is Al Innes. I've worked for 25 years with the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency, known as the MPCA. As it says, our mission is to protect and improve Minnesotans' environment and to enhance their health. My area, though, is pollution prevention and toxics reduction, finding ways to reduce pollutants and toxics prior to their generation. And green chemistry is that kind of upstream preventive approach which reduces the toxicity of chemicals dispersing into our environment during product making, use, recycling, and disposal. And also, hence, this new initiative to sponsor a green and sustainable chemistry prize within the Minnesota Cup program. So what is green chemistry? A short statement here: designing chemicals, chemical and production processes, and commercial and consumer products in a way that avoids the creation of toxics and waste and reduces demand on diminishing resources. This statement is adapted from the American Chemical Society, or ACS, website. The in-depth 12 principles of green chemistry, you see at the bottom of the slide, originated with John Warner and Paul Anastas in the mid-1990s. And They're at the available at the ACS webpage at the bottom of the slide and in the chat. So an emerging concept is sustainable chemistry. It's one we wanted to incorporate into the framework of the prize, even though its definition is not yet fully formed in the US. We plan to offer this prize for at least 3 years and believe the term will continue to develop and emerge over that time, and that we will adjust the prize and its setup as it does. But here we offer a working definition combined from a couple of sources, which suggests that sustainable chemistry has perhaps broader purposes or goals than green chemistry. So improve the efficiency with which natural resources are used to meet human needs for chemical products and services, and for sustainability purposes such as reducing greenhouse gases or hunger or increasing quality of life. As Jessica mentioned, this area could match well with some entries to MnCUP's Energy Clean Technology Water Division, but entries in other divisions might align as well. For the prize criteria themselves, here are some highlights. There are a few more criteria and some nuances available at the URL at the bottom of the page and in the chat. But basically $10,000 to the applicant's technology, which best reflects one or more green chemistry principles and or produces a safer chemistry within a product or component, or is a physical solution which can displace a toxic chemical use. The technology which best shows potential to reduce life cycle impacts on public health or susceptible communities, or shows proof of concept and is on a commercialization path. I just want to point you to checking out our Green Chemistry and Engineering Summer Internship Grant offering. It's great for companies or technologists such as yourself to lend a hand for this summer. The application period is open now and goes through April 16th, and the URL is there. So thank you very much for your time and interest.
We do have a few minutes left, and so I want to make sure that folks who are on the line who might have questions have an opportunity to chime in and ask a few for this fantastic panel. It's a great brain trust all together at once. But I will just share a few other sort of tactical or informational pieces about actually applying to Minnesota Cup and taking advantage of this prize, which we really hope you do. Our applications are fully online and they are completely free to apply. And we do our best to keep the application as simple and accessible as possible. So we definitely don't have an expectation or don't assume that if you're applying that you already know all of the jargon and have a business background. We really just want you to articulate the opportunity for your idea, your technology, your new sort of chemistry or your new approach to an existing product, and also articulate what needs to happen next or what's your plan to achieve that opportunity. And if you have any progress, whether that's sharing more about what sort of how you've gotten to where you are, do you have a sense of who your potential customer or market is? Any of that is progress in our book, because we are here to serve an early stage group of founders and innovators, and we don't expect that you should have a product in market or have revenue before you apply. So I hope that you're excited about this opportunity. It really is something that I think has no downside to participate. It's allowing you to put your ideas out there and get some really valuable feedback, even if you don't move forward into our second round. And now, obviously, there's this other fantastic benefit of if you do fit within this space, if you meet the criteria that Al shared at the top, you have the opportunity to take home $10,000, no matter how far along you make it in the traditional Minnesota Cup competition process. So I really hope that you'll take a look and check it out. You'll be able to take a look at a slide at the end, which will point you towards our website and a few other resources. But applications are due at midnight on Friday, April 16th. So get to work on those things and sign up for some of our other info sessions if you want more support with your actual application. But for now, I just appreciate your time and interest and really want to offer another huge thank you to Al and the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency, to Tess, Jim, and Julie for their insight and for supporting this work.